Hi everyone, my name is Stephen Rigolosi, and with this video I am launching a YouTube channel that I am calling Forgotten Mysteries. And I thought that maybe if anyone ever watches those videos or wants to, that it might help for me to do a sort of manifesto about what the channel is all about and what I hope to accomplish and what I hope to give you as a reader and a viewer. So first, a little bit about me is that I am an editor by training. That is my profession. And I am also a writer. And I'm not here to plug my own books. I will talk about them at the very end. So if you are interested in learning about stuff that I've written, just stick around at the end of the video. Otherwise, just click off when you get to the self-promo part. And so back during COVID days when we were all trying to figure out ways to keep ourselves occupied, I thought, it might be fun to create a channel. You can do it at home and, that'll keep you safe from COVID. And I thought, well, because I'm an editor and I work in publishing and I've edited, hundreds of books in my career, that I could do videos about editing and writing, because there are so many people out there who want to write, want to edit, want to get published. And I made a handful of them. And then I realized I wasn't really giving the world anything that it did not already have. There are already so many writing coaches out there and writing blogs and editing blogs. And I just thought, my voice, I don't really have anything more to add here. I mean, I say humbly, I think I'm a very good editor, but I just realized I wasn't adding anything new to the conversation. So I started thinking about, what could I do that would bring something new to people that maybe there does not exist a lot of on the web or on YouTube. And I realized that I don't really hear people talking or vlogging or YouTubing or TikToking about my main hobby, which is reading old mysteries and old books of suspense. So I'm talking about books from usually from the 40s through the early 70s, although sometimes I like to read books, from the 30s or 20s. It all just depends what I get my hands on. And I love so many of these books so much, to the point that it's really my reading list now. I buy very little contemporary fiction because I just haven't really found that many modern writers that grab me, or modern mysteries that grab me. No offense, mystery writers. I love you when you're out there, and I know your work is good. But it's just, I realize that my tastes harken back to an earlier time in mystery writing and mystery publishing. And I realize it's kind of a source of frustration for me that I could read a book that I really love, and then I go to look up reviews of it, and there are 0 reviews of it on Goodreads, or 1 review of it on Amazon, from 1997. I just don't feel that there's a forum for people to talk about all of these great old mysteries. And so I thought, that's what I can do. I can create a YouTube channel where I talk about these forgotten mysteries by writers who don't get a lot of ink these days, who may not be able to sort of push through the enormous amount of books that are published today and the enormous amount of marketing that goes on around books. I wanted to try to just give a boost to some of these fabulous early mystery writers who really laid the foundation, and whose books I enjoy reading. And I like reading them for many different reasons. I like sort of seeing how the genre has evolved. I like to see the differences between protagonists then and now. I like to compare modern writers with earlier writers. I like to watch the progression of a writer from early novels through later novels. And so I thought, this is it. I'm going to bring old books that you've probably not heard of by writers that you may have heard of or may not have heard of. And I'm going to review them for you here. So I've already made, and just to continue that train of thought, the only people I realized that I really could have these conversations with were mostly booksellers, the people that I buy these books from, who like the same kinds of books. But it's not like having a full-fledged conversation, about every book. It would be wonderful if I could, find a book club that wanted to read the same books that I want to, but I don't think that's going to happen. So this channel is meant to sort of be fun, informative, anecdotal, critical in the sense of critical reading, talking about what I really like about the books, what maybe I didn't like about some of the books that I liked less, telling maybe some personal anecdotes about my relationship with books, or how I found them, or how they came to me, and my experience of reading an author back, say, in 1985, and then going back to them now in 2024 and seeing how I've evolved or changed as a reader. So I've made a bunch of these videos already. All the YouTube advice columnists, I don't even know what else to call them, say, you should keep your videos short and punchy. And I really meant to do that, but I'm finding that most of the reviews end up being about 15 to 20 minutes because of all the things that I'm talking about, all the context and sort of fun facts or anecdotes or things about the writers in these books. So if this sounds like your cup of tea, welcome to Forgotten Mysteries. I'll upload these videos as I find great books to share with you guys. Everything is meant in the spirit of positive criticism and love of books, love of reading, love of the writer's craft, love of the editor's craft. So many of the videos are appreciations. Some are a little, I read the book and I thought, ooh, NG. Because I want to be a really honest critic, I decided I'm going to talk about only books by writers who are no longer with us. Being a writer myself and knowing all of this controversy over criticism and so forth, I just don't want to put myself out there as criticizing, a writer, who has feelings and, who is a person. And, I keep all those reviews separately. I write them by hand in my book journal, but I just thought it's safe not to go there in terms of contemporary books. That's why I'm focusing on writers who are no longer with us, because frankly, that's most of what I read. And so finally, I found something that I think I can bring to the web, and that is, I hope, a somewhat entertaining exposure of great old mysteries to those who are interested in perhaps this very rarefied field. Or maybe we'll just find a community here of thousands. 1,000 subscribers would be great. I kind of feel like I'll be lucky if I get 10, but that's not my reason. My reason is to share my love of these books and my enthusiasm for them with you. Okay, so that's my manifesto for this channel. If you just want to know a little bit more about my books, I'll let you know that I've had 5 novels and 2 books of nonfiction published. My 2 novels that I'm the proudest of are this one here. It's called The Outsmarting of Criminals. It is a cozy mystery that's intended as sort of an homage to Golden Age mysteries. And it stars my heroine, Miss Felicity Prim. And I'm very proud to say that this book was recommended by Oprah's editors the year that it came out. So this is one of my books that I'm proud of. The other is my most recent book. It's The Haunting of Kanawha House. Here it is. This book could not be more different from The Outsmarting of Criminals. This is a novel of the occult, the supernatural. It's a haunted house story. It's a ghost story. It's intended to scare the pants off you while making you turn the pages. That was my goal. I love haunted house genre, and had always wanted to write a book ever since I'm a teenager. And I finally got off my duff and did it. And The Haunting of Kanawha House, again, here it is that book. So that's me. That's my work. That's this channel. If anybody has any questions or wants to make any comments, I know that all of this can be done through YouTube. I know these videos are not going to be high tech or edited or have lots of special effects or all that other stuff. It's just me sitting here in my office talking at the camera and hoping not to fumble my words too much and hoping to bring just some insight and some fun to your day. So thank you for listening, and if you choose to watch the reviews of the Forgotten Mysteries, I hope you enjoy them. Thank you and good night.